Now on SportsRise.
But we responded, and that tells me a lot about these guys.
Allen Ray and the Wildcats counter a Husky attack as numbers 1 and 4 collide in a huge Big East battle. We have it all covered as it was absolute bedlam in the center. Plus, we'll get in line. Cherry Hill Nissan SportsRise starts now.
Everybody's calm now, but before the game, come on, man. Who's not going to be fired up in that place? So it's just natural for anybody to be fired up for a game like this.
Williams to gain. Look at the screen. Armstrong set.
This is why you come to school to play basketball against games like this.
Allen Ray out ahead of the pack.
This game you don't worry about. You know what? This is why these guys came to Villanova. They want to play in games like this, and you know they're going to be ready to play.
And as a fan, it's pretty fun to watch, too. Hello, I'm Phil Andrews, and welcome to another edition of Cherry Hill Nissan SportsRise. Plenty to talk about this morning, including that big Monday matchup between top-ranked UConn and 4th-ranked Villanova, a game that actually took place right here in the Wachovia Center in front of a jam-packed crowd of frenzied college hoop fans. And for Nova, a chance to break a string of 5 straight losses to top-ranked teams here in Philadelphia. That's right, the Cats winless in 5 tries at home against teams ranked number 1. And this was one of the toughest tickets in town, folks. Nova students began lining up outside the walk around 3:30 yesterday, and those students part of the largest crowd to watch a college basketball game ever in the state of Pennsylvania, 20,859. Now, Nova fed off that crowd early. First half, Kyle Lowry drains the paint, drains the basket as well. 5-point lead early. UConn, though, answers. Rashad Anderson dribbles into open space, hits the tray ball. He had 9 in the first half. UConn up by as many as 6. But here comes Nova late in the first. Lowry driving again, spits a D, goes up, gets the layup. He had 19 in the first half. Nova led by 1 at the break. Second half, Huskies come out on fire. Rudy Gay hits the wide open tray. Bingo. Then Jeff Adrian with the slam. And then, of course, the loose ball coming up. Craig Ostre saves it, finds Gay, and Gay's going to hit for the tray. More UConn coming up. Hilton Armstrong hits the jump hook. UConn scored the first 13 points of the second half. They were up by 12. Wildcats, though, respond and do so from somewhere in Center City. Allen Ray, the deep NBA 3. Got it. Then Ray open in the corner for yet another of those 3 balls. Nice. Then Mike Nardi, tonsillitis and all, nails a 3. A 15-2 run. The Wachovia Center electric as Nova takes a 1-point advantage. We got body bumping going on, folks. More Nova. Ray, another deep 3. He had 5 threes in the second half. A 22-4 run gives Nova a 6-point lead. Ray with 25. What a game for Will Sheridan. Pump fake, drives and slams on a baseline. 13 points, 10 boards, 3 blocks. Less than a minute to go. UConn down 5. Marcus Williams going to hit the jumper to pull the Huskies within 3. 18.5 left. Nova's going to inbound, still up by that 3. Nardi, check it out. Wide open off the stack play and decides to run out the clock instead of taking the basket. But in fairness to Nardi, he didn't know who was behind him, so possibly thinking wind down the clock and avoid the possible block shot. Nardi at the line for the front end of a 1-and-1. He misses. So UConn down to just 3 with 14.3 to go. UConn looking to tie, 10 seconds to go, but Williams runs into his own man, loses the ball. Ray gets a loose one. Guess what? He gets fouled. He hit both of the free throws, and it's time to start celebrating. The Villanova Wildcats knock off number 1. The students storming the court. They're having fun here at the Walk. Jay Wright with a big hug for Rolly Massimino and some of his staff members. Wildcats do indeed upset number 1 UConn 69-64. So Villanova improves to 3-0 at the Walk this season. A big key to Nova's win, a 7-9 for 3-point range in the second half. UConn had 17 turnovers and shot just 5 of 10 from the free throw line. For more on Nova's big win, here's our big guy, Derek Gunn.
Before they tipped off in this game, Jay Wright said he told his guys they needed to do a number of things if they were going to be successful against UConn. Number 1, take care of the ball. Number 2, force the issue. And number 3, hit the big shots. Well, they took care of the ball, committing only 9 turnovers. They pressed the issue, forcing UConn into committing 17 turnovers. And wow, did they hit the big shots. 7 second-half threes. All those little things added up to a huge win for Villanova over the number 1 team in the country.
UConn started that second half just letting us know we're number 1 in the country. You know, we're going to play for 40 minutes, and I don't think we were ready for that. You know, in the beginning of the second half, but we responded, and that tells me a lot about these guys.
I think it's big for the team. You know, that it shows that we never quit, because we were down, and you know the atmosphere in the gym was getting kind of down because we were losing, and we just kept fighting back, and eventually got the lead back and never let go.
One guy who constantly gets overlooked in all of Villanova's success is their man in the middle, Will Sheridan, who's not asked to score a lot, but boy did he score when he had to in this game. He finished with not only 13 points, but snagged 10 rebounds and blocked 3 shots.
We've been working on this. I can't believe, I'm happy as hell it happened tonight. But it just shows you the quality of the person he is, you know, that he waited tonight. He knew we needed it. We did. And he really stepped up.
I mean, to be honest, it's fun to win. I mean, I'm so happy we won. If we would have lost, it would have been, I wouldn't be here, you know. Nobody would be asking me any questions. So I wanted to win.
That's what we need Will and all the other forwards to do. You know, if guys are going to double team the guards coming off ball screens and leave Will wide open, he's going to knock it down or take it to the rim and dunk in your face.
So let the celebration begin on the main line as the Cats knocked off a number 1 team for just the 5th time in school history.
It's always big when you beat a number 1 team, especially at home. And you know, UConn is a great team. You know, we fought, both teams battled. And just to come away with the victory, I mean, it was awesome. The crowd rushing the floor. It was just a great feeling.
Are you guys now the number 1 team in the country?
Nah, definitely the UConn is still the number 1 team in the country. You know, it's a great win, but we still got a lot of work to do.
Derek Gunn, Comcast Sportsnet.
Now, you heard Derek talk about how it was Nova's 5th win versus a top-ranked team. First at home, improving their record against number 1 teams to 5-14. There are the victories right there. Ironically, their last win versus number 1 was almost 11 years ago against UConn. And, of course, their most famous victory over number 1 came in 1985 when they beat G-Town, that's Georgetown, by 2 to win the national championship.
You're watching Comcast Sportsnet, your source for local sports.
There's the run-out ball screen.
Deep 3 by Allen Ray from beyond the NBA arc. Villanova has its 5th win ever against the top-ranked team in the country. Their first since 1995. Connecticut was the victim on that night as well.
Well, Allen Ray certainly was a ray of light for the Wildcats. His 5 threes in the second half led Nova to a 69-64 upset over UConn. No, it wasn't a miraculous upset, but it was maybe improbable given the fact that not many folks believe the Cats had enough to beat the top team in the country. After the game, Derek Gunn caught it with both Jay Wright and Allen Ray and asked them what it was like to prove they were the top dog against the Huskies.
Our guys have pride, and I think more they answer the questions from the media about that, but they really just wanted to prove themselves. They wanted to play for each other, and we have such great respect for UConn, what they've done in our conference, and we're going to run into them again, so I'm not getting too happy about this one.
As a basketball player and as a person, man, you saying to yourself, like, man, everybody down us, you know, like, come on, let's be serious. So we just came out with a fire today.
So the Cats win not only moves them closer to the top spot in the country, but also gives them first place in the Big East standings. They're now 10-1, a half game in front of West Virginia. Connecticut falls to 9-2 in conference play. Nova and UConn, by the way, will face each other again in a couple of weeks.